Okay, my name is Jimmy Escobar. Uh, I was homeless for like 3, 4 years, moving from shelter to shelter. Uh, my last shelter was in Chester, New York, and I got an apartment with the HSP program from that shelter to come back to the city to live. HSP program accepted me, and I'm living in the Bronx. Program was to be successful, but apparently it didn't work for me, and it doesn't work for a lot of other people also. I got to a position as a director, right, of a mental health program in Staten Island. That was dissolved and taken over by another company. About a few months after that, my unemployment checks ran out, and I had to leave. I had to go. Since then, I've been homeless, living in the shelters. But prior to that, everything was good. All right, but there aren't always jobs for people, and I had my battle with problems. But the problems were taken care of. Okay, now I have a health issue, but I shouldn't have to go into a program that's designed to fail. It's a failure. They come up with another program, Work Advantage, that's also a failure. Working was very relaxing for me, and I enjoyed my job. I helped people that are mentally challenged. I became a program director in that field. A lot of politicians, a lot of political madness going around at that time where they wanted to close the program. And that's exactly what they did. They closed the program, Bridger program in Staten Island. And that's why I had a rewarding job helping consumers come back and live into society. I collected the unemployment for a while, still couldn't get work. From then on, I became homeless. You know, I couldn't live in my residence, I couldn't pay rent. I was living on borrowed time, someone else's time. I went to shelters, all right, in New York City. I was working in Staten Island with a different job, construction work, day laborer. It was only part-time. So I would work one place and have to get home by 10 o'clock, home being the shelter in Brooklyn. And it took a lot out of me. And it's difficult to make yourself job ready when you're living in a shelter. I became sick, I became depressed. I found out that I was bipolar, which I didn't know, and I'm taking medication for that. But this is how drastic the move was. No one should be living in a shelter. Okay, New York, especially New York, has enough money to feed people. But you still see people on the streets, in the subway, and this can happen to anybody. Okay, and it has happened to a lot of people. A lot of people are professionals, artists, professional workers. They wind up in a shelter. And being how our circumstances are now, society's going to wind up having a big fall. Right? A lot of jobs will be lost. And a lot of people will realize what it means to be homeless, living out in the streets. It's terrible. And that they should put an end to that. It's madness in programs where HSP was a 5-year program that would help people get back on their feet. I went out for a job interview. I got the job. I told HRA about it. They told me you cannot work. If you work, we'll take your funding away. It's catch-22. It was very difficult. So I lived in the shelter, from shelter to shelter, and when I found out about the HSP program, I jumped on the bandwagon. HSP didn't work. They came up with more programs, Advantage, Advantage Plus. These things do not work either. And people need to get real jobs, not working at a 5 and 10 or part-time. That part-time work, that low salary, doesn't pay the rent. Okay, tough times are coming. So those people that shame at the homeless, they thought it wouldn't be them. It is now them now. They're starting to realize that their jobs are in danger. Everything is going downsizing, and a lot of people are going to feel what it is to be homeless. All right, to have no place of your own, okay, and try to survive in the streets of New York. It's very difficult.